Ladies and gents, today we have been blessed with one of the best matchups I could have asked for. We have DoinB World Champion up against the 1800LP Qiyana Beifeng. This is played at around about 1000 LP on the Chinese Super Server. DoinB recently hasn't been playing in Korea. He's been playing a lot of games on the Super Server. And that's going to give us better opportunities to get some of these matchups, see how explosive they can play it. Now, Beifeng, when he plays Qiyana in the lower elos, like when he smurfs, it is ridiculous. But I personally prefer seeing these high elo games because it's hard for me to bloody tell how to play Qiyana. Like, he can smurf on platinum and get 50 kills, sure, because the opponents are so bad. But what the hell do I do when I can't just solo kill my opponent over and over? So against DoinB here, who's actually a very solid laner, very hard to punish, it is going to be interesting to see what he does. You can see in the early game, he's just getting harassed and shoved in. DoinB, lovely poke, setting himself up with a huge health advantage. And look at this. Beifeng's actually getting shoved out. He's 2 CS down. As my positioning is bad. I got hit by his Q too many times. I agree, my good friend. I don't know how you bounce back now. When I lose this much health, especially because he goes refillable potion and no biscuits. Man, whenever I get poked out in the early game, I just feel like I have no mana and I just have to wait for my first back. So DoinB with all the priority. Now Beifeng usually looks for level 3 all in. Is he still able to go for it against this pick? Goes in. Gets the auto for the electrocute. And he just doesn't have enough mana, does he? Look at the mana bar. These manaless champions, like, and the manaless champions like Yone, like, it's just so hard to verse. He has exhaust. DoinB has exhaust as well. This just seems doomed. Honestly, pretty nice to see Beifeng not get a bloody solo kill in the first couple levels to make it a little bit more realistic. And this is what sometimes happens to us in these matchups. It's Pantheon? Pantheon AD with a Yuumi in the support. Dude, there's always so many weird combos. Oh. On the Super Server. Usually there's so many like one tricks and whatnot. As he's going to be forced into a back here. He's down 5 CS. And DoinB should try and hard shove that in and deny the cannon. And I find myself, I don't know about you guys, but when I have a matchup like this, in my head I'm like, God damn, I don't know what to do. I'll try and solo kill him. And by doing so, I die. Like, I push a matchup that I know I probably can't win. I get so desperate. Good shove there by DoinB. I get so desperate, and then I just ruin the entire game by going for a silly solo kill, trying to clutch back whatever I've missed in lane. Sometimes you can see even Beifeng get smashed in lane in the early phase. And that's just how League is, guys. You're not going to win every single lane. Sometimes you got to sack it up, drop the ego. And now, we still have 33 CS at 5 minutes. We're actually on pace. We're doing very well. We're still in the game. But we just couldn't get that solo as he roamed down into the bot lane. Looks like DoinB is going to pull a freeze. And we're just going to go straight for the bot lane. So you can't solo kill your lane opponent, right? What do? You shove the wave and then you just insta-roam. Bang. Picks up a kill onto the Ezreal. He'll come back into the mid lane. And whatever lead DoinB's got, that kill there is going to clutch it back for him. So he'll head back. He'll get his serrated Dirk. And I'm kind of interested to see if Beifeng still goes for the Serpent's Fang next patch. Obviously, he's going to go at this game. It's a perfect game for the shield breaking. But next patch, you're getting 6 less flat lethality off of Serpent's Fang. So I'm not sure if we're always going to be rushing it now, or is it going to be a Ghostblade second after the buffs? I personally think if they don't have any shielding, we're going Ghostblade. I reckon. I don't see why we're still not going, like... Because right now, Serpent's Fang, even without the shield break, is so gold deficient, guys. That's why you always go at second. Next patch is not going to be so. Maybe we're going to be switching it out. We pop the pink into the top side. And it's not much longer now for Worlds, where all the players will group up on the Super Server, where I spectate them all, trying to defeat all these one tricks. It's always a fun time of year. So we put the pink in, move into the jungle, and now we sit and look for a pick. He should be... Did he get spotted on that minion there? I always try and stagger it as I walk through. DoinB gonna hard shove it. And DoinB at the moment, guys, I won't lie, he actually looks to be probably the best competitive mid laner in the world. I believe, like I watched all his games in the LPL, and he has just been having, he has had the best split I've ever seen him have. Way better than what he played in 2019 when he won the world champ. So, I mean, FBX will make worlds 100%. Hopefully Chovy makes it. Faker, of course, should be there. We're going to have one of the best mid lane pools, I think, of any worlds. And you just can't keep up. I was wondering maybe if you go tier. Because this relentless, manaless shove by the Yone just can't be matched, can it? So pink into the top side. He's not gonna try and clear it. He's just gonna hold back. God, I don't know. How the hell do you break this? Maybe here? Maybe here? If he Qs in on the minion wave. Let's see. Not gonna go for it. Karthus is hovering, but he's just not gonna pull the trigger. You can see Diana hovering as well. Now he saw the Diana going mid top side, so he's gonna look in the river to see if she's on Herald. Good goddamn macro there. This ultimate, flash R. Diana's full health, by the way. Yone ults in. The Q misses, gets exhausted. And I think he could have got the solo. The smite heal from the Diana really took him by surprise, and that is disastrous from Beifeng. Karthus, nice 1v1 onto DoinB. He's saying, yeah, he should have opened with the Ignite to put the grievous wounds on the Diana, because that heal, I think that if you're in champion combat, the smite should have 50% healing reduction. I don't think it should heal that much. It's so annoying when you're versing a jungler and they're in the jungle and they just smite a camp for like 100,000 health. I don't really like it. Of course, a lot of jungle mains would be angry, but at the end of the day, I don't care about you jungle mains. You take my second blue most of the time, and I don't like you. As we roam straight into the bot side, I don't see how the Ezreal lives. Keep the E, keep the E. Waits for the flash, and I don't think he's going to gap close. I think you just take all the summoners, and that's fine. Get the heal, get the flash. The problem is, if you instantly E in, he's just going to flash, and you can't gap close, right? So you hold it. He's not quite able to get it with the E on the extended range. Can we drop into the side lane? He's not going to be able to match DoinB at all. DoinB's 90 CS at 9. We're going to shove in for some plates. An interesting macro, sure. Just keep attacking for plates. The Ezreal won't be here for a while. And this is a super early side lane. But at the end of the day, you're getting solo XP and farm. And your bot lane's sitting mid, so I think this is fine. Don't be glued to whatever lane you're allocated. Be glued to what's the best result for the entire team. As he heads back, he should have enough of Prowlers here, right? Sells the refillable, picks the Prowlers up, gets the sweeper, and this is where Qiyana explodes. He's saying his team's strong at fights at the moment, so he wants to fight on the dragon. I think when you're playing champions like the Qiyana, like obviously dragon and baron fights are advantageous. The ultimate is just minces anybody that touches the pit. So you should always be trying to force into these objectives, as you'll see him probably Q over. Because you can Q over, right? And then when you dash, you'll be invisible, and then you can sit there for a second. Watch, 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 watch. He'll Q, and then he'll W over. Doesn't end up doing it, but you can see the premise. If they all started walking through, he would have done it. He pops over invis, hits the R into the wall, they can't see what's happening. And he's saying, play patient, wait the dragon. It's the key to the game. DoinB 20 CS advantage, a little bit of XP as well. It's League of Patience here. He has to one-shot him. Good luck. Honestly, this exhaust is so smart by DoinB. It just makes it impossible for the Qiyana to go for the all-in, because DoinB will sustain it out with his Vamp Scepter and heal. And he's stuck. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. What the hell do you do? DoinB utilizing that E. Okay, Pantheon. Here we go. Can we get anything? DoinB's thinking about going in. He ults in, looks for the Yuumi. And Beifeng's able to get the kill. DoinB completely overextends. Looking for the QWQ, and we're not quite able to get it. The Janna flash is out. And that is exactly what you want if you're a Beifeng fan. As we move in, get a plate, probably get a reset. Oh. And see that brush over onto the wall there? That's when you're playing mid lane. Like, you gotta know where the E... Because you're mainly playing, like, bush terrain, guys. Like, that's the best terrain for Qiyana, it seems. Like, you're going at 85% of the time. So you need to know where the access points are. And you can grab them from very far. Go into a practice tool if you can and just look at how far the W range is. It's a lot larger than people think. You don't have to be super close to the terrain. You can grab all of these brushes, okay? As we head back. Probably getting another Dirk working our way towards the Serpent's Fang. Let's see. He favors the Lucidity Boots. Some extra cooldown reduction, hey? Not as much damage, but more utility. As I hope you guys are excited for when they come to the Super Server and bait, like, all the Chinese streamers, when all the pros came to China, they were all in solo queue streaming it, trying to snipe the pros out and try and beat them with their one tricks. Like Mango, Beifeng, Sally, like all the players are all pumping into the Super Server. It's funny as hell. Super excited, man. As you can see, he's actually starting to do some damage. Wouldn't be surprised if he looks for an all-in. Grabs the river. Grabs the ice, which usually means he's looking for it. When you're versing these Qiyanas, you should... A lot of the time, they really give away what their plan is when they... Like, what terrain. If they're, like, level 3 and they grab ice terrain and they start hovering you, it's like, okay, their jungler's probably hovering, right? They're looking for the kill. Or if they're looking for the brush, their jungler's probably afar, looking to play a little bit passive. As we are in... Oh my god, the mechanics. He stuffed up his combo. That was super awkward. And the Ezreal's still on the chase. Luckily for him, the Pantheon collects. Come on, Pantheon! Nice. Nice job, man. He stuffed that up. He really did not have that. I think he could have killed the Ezreal, but there's good mechanics to juke out and live. He just wants to play towards the Ocean Soul. Yeah, I would not recommend going late game with a Pantheon Renekton Qiyana. I don't necessarily think Qiyana's scaling's bad, like of course if you're Beifeng, but it just becomes drastically harder to find the picks, I feel. When you can just get one-tapped by like a really nice kiting from Ezreal, Yone, Diana, Fiora, it's so hard. As Jizuke, by the way, was eliminated from Worlds today. I believe he placed like 5th or 6th or something like that. I think Jizuke's had a pretty good year. He should be proud of his performance. A lot of new fans for Jizuke. He had some really nice games. Good character, man. Like, he's always like memeing and all chatting in games. And I know there's some like analysts and players that kind of think that's disrespectful, but anything that brings some form of entertainment and spice factor into the games, I don't think League should be taken as like, you know, some Wimbledon tennis where you've got to really, everything needs to be formulated, everything needs to be proper and nice. Dude, I want it to be enter goddamn taining. I want it to be gladiator. You know, I just want to, I don't want messy. I want players to really show their personalities. That's how I like it. That's how I like League. That's why DoinB is one of my favorite players. Because if you've ever watched DoinB interviews or DoinB games, the guy goes psycho. As he hits the R, looking for the Fiora. Auto Q. We're gonna need assistance. I mean, the Karthus helps out a little bit as we pick up our 3rd kill. And now essentially it's the waiting game. You just force yourselves onto the soul. Got about 4.5? Is it 4.5 or 3? Dude, what the hell are these early dragons? One of the surefire ways to winning lower elo games is dragon control. Because whilst the Fiesta's happening, if you're able to stack dragons, that's why I like Talia when I smurf. I set a timer, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15, 20, you just set up the earliest soul you possibly can. It doesn't matter if the enemy team's got 10 kills on you. If you set up those dragons, you have this insurance, man. It's a great way, because, I mean, for me, Talia, it's like, you have really nice access to the dragon, and the damage amp on to monsters is crazy these days. As we are on Fiora duty. And this is just a much slower paced game than we usually see. But I guarantee once he gets a lead in the mid game, he'll start playing it a lot more aggressively. He just needed to find some consistency in the early game to make sure he gets these items where he can actually, you know, do bloody damage. So I saw Janna running down bot lane. I would be a little bit cautious here. Ultimate does not land. He picks the Janna up. Karthus. Oh my god. Get out of there, son. And that combo... The combo almost worked. I think... So what did he do? He E'd. I think he ER'd backwards. And then I think that R touched the Janna, yep. And he goes in Viz. Doesn't have any more brush here. And at least the Karthus picks it up. I mean, I'm fine with it. I think the R could have been a little bit... I don't know if it could have been a little bit better. The Fiora just didn't get there quite. Just a bit awkward. I don't think she W'd it, right? She just didn't get knocked up correctly. DoinB's in and out. Pantheon Q goes wide. And never get complacent against comps like this. If they have Fiora Yone, I don't care how far ahead you are. Like, when they hit 3 items, they will start picking your team apart. Don't take your foot off the gas in solo queue, even if you think it's a free win. Don't alt tab and change the music and do this and stop focusing, because too many games, they just find a way back in. And then you should always be like that on obviously if you've got even a massive gold deficit. The aim of the game is not to just like win there's always going to be free games in League. Your rank is going to be decided on the games where you really need to work for it and make a difference. The games where you make massive turnarounds. The games where you never give up. Look how he plays these brushes. He's literally untargetable. Gets the CC down. Q's over the wall. Looking for the Fiora now. He has Yuumi on his back. Doesn't have flash, but he's on the chase. Oh. Should be able to get the Fiora. Grabs it. Looking for the Ezreal now. Nice setup by the team. It's only Janna left. DoinB just spawned. We got Dragon in 65 seconds. And you can see how patient he's playing it. He's not chasing like a goddamn dog. He's just completely composed and looking to get set up for this dragon. Gonna head back. We got the Serpent's Fang, by the way. I wanted the value on this. Look at their comp. They have so much shielding. As is going to be the Serraldo's Grudge next. And now it's all 35 seconds until the game. Hopefully it comes into an end. DoinB looking for the IE. Dyna caught. 25 seconds to dragon. This should be free. Ocean Soul is more valuable, by the way, than the Baron, so, like, don't just go to Baron and let the enemy team contest the Ocean Soul. Would just be a bad macro call, right? As we're on guard. And there you have it. There's Ocean. Now the operation is to close the game out as fast as possible. I still want to see a couple more, like, all-ins. I really think he can get some. There hasn't really been that much interaction between Beifeng and DoinB. I think that's more that Beifeng's, like, not ignoring him, but just... What's the word I'm looking for? I mean, he's specifically not going nowhere near him because he knows he's going to lose the 1v1. Avoiding him would be a good word, Drew. Oh my god, are they really starting up Nash? DoinB picks a shutdown onto the Karthus. They get the Baron. This is not good at all. And I don't think he can get the 1v1 onto the Fiora, right? Pretty bad positioning by Beifeng. He's not able to get there to contest, and Fiora probably has TP in his side. Elder up in 5 minutes. And DoinB now with the IE making his way towards, looks to be... I wonder what his third item is. Is that a Wit's End? Smells something strange. Yep. Your fault. And now the operation is make a pick and try and deny their Baron. Any type of Baron gold. Surely the Ezreal is not dumb enough here. Like, any assassin positioning like this is pretty obvious, I feel. The Janna finds him with a tornado. DoinB. The sweeper. I think we're caught. We're caught. And he did not play that very well. I will not lie. Let's see if his team can clutch it. This is the throw. And this is... I struggle with this problem on Qiyana so much in high elo. I get picked off like that. Even Beifeng does it. He moves... That was so greedy, though. That was so greedy. You did not need to look for those type of plays. Like, you need to be looking for a team fight and then for a flank while the Karthus just dishes as much damage out as possible. Still no grudge. We really don't have that much resources. We are 170 at 24. It's okay, but we're down 40 or so CS on DoinB. Fiora has the Death Dance. And Ezreal's starting to Dude. Ezreal's starting to make his way towards the Frozen Heart also. You guys will need Baron probably to win. Oh. Let's see if we can get a 1v1. Gets the brush, moves in. Doesn't have R. And he gets 1v1'd. I think he would have won it, right? If the Dino wasn't popping up there. That was a ridiculous amount of damage considering he didn't have R. Or Ignite, right? But Beifeng. Couple of bloody clear overcommits. It's nice to see him make mistakes. Obviously, like, he can look back at this game and understand where it went wrong. But I think this is the problem we all struggle with. In a game when we don't have a massive lead, we just feel like we're suiciding on a lot of these fights. And if you don't play it perfectly, you'll die. I think usually it's better to play with caution. And just look, like those flanking opportunities in team fights will open themselves to you. You just have to be patient with it and wait. Play towards vision. Beifeng just egoing, I guess, a little bit and taking that 1v1 with no vision. Didn't know where Dino was. We have the Elder fight. 5v5, okay. Yes, Mr. Karthus. 5v5, okay. But Elder and 70, Baron and 115. He has flash. DoinB in the top side. Here we go. Just gonna force it down mid. Force the Ezreal flash. Who the hell's FFing? Is that Pantheon? This guy's so mad. He's gonna base, because look at DoinB. Dude, the DoinB top side shove and then Fiora bot side shove. This just breaks a team. Because you sit mid and then the Ezreal just clears out the waves. Qiyana or Renekton, like you got Pantheon, you have no siege. You have 0 siege actually, now that I think about it. And DoinB gets his wits end on 3 items. Now I would try and get into like a really deep brush. Let's like, if you can sweep and move in, let's see. Like move it near the blue into that brush there. Let's see if he moves in. He's just gonna camp and wait. Sweep. Ah, there's wards over there. I would have got picked, I guess. Here we go, looking for the ultimate. Oh, he almost gets the Dino with it. And now look at how he's playing with the brushes. Gets caught by Dino ult, but just kiting. Another brush, looking for the Ezreal. Wouldn't be surprised if he just flashes in for the Ez hit. Picks him apart. And that should be the Elder. DoinB went down as well. And it looks like he's on the hunt, man. Can you find the Janna? Janna's is super quick, dude. He's over. You can see the Janna on the map. She's going suicide. As they get the Elder. And now you should be able to straight up force into the Baron as Dani gets picked. Honestly, sloppy game by Beifeng. Really shouldn't chase the Janna there. They should just be setting up Baron at instant. I have over 100 Qiyana games now, I'm proud to say. And I'm in the 50% win rate. I think I'm 52 overall win rate. Just not sure if I vibe with Qiyana, man. I've played 100 games. I thought I'd be better at the champion by now. I still can't play it in high elo. When I try and bust out Qiyana in Challenger, I just can't. I get bullied too much. I get picked too much. I'm not consistent enough. And maybe it's because I've learnt Qiyana by playing it in like Plat and Diamond smurfing, where I have unrealistic expectations of what my capabilities are. And when I 1v1 these high elo players, I don't play it correctly and I get picked by my mistakes. I don't know. Maybe I've learnt the champion wrong. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say, hey. It's a very hard champion to learn for me. I kind of dropped most of my assassin picks in Season 5. And kind of rewrote my playstyle around mages and roaming. Pops over. Ezreal should almost have his frozen heart by now. DoinB's not giving up on these side lanes. I think, are we like 100 CS down by now? Oh? We've got Elder. There's no shot the enemy can really defend it. You can see Dino in the top side. They were looking to make a pick on if somebody tried to contest it. And we're going to have our final fight here, I reckon. Beifeng trying to find a flank. Hits the ultimate onto the Nexus. Hits 3. Gets the one tap over onto the Janna. Good finisher. And he's playing this so far. He's playing this so far out. He picks up his 7th kill. Nice slow game, honestly. A couple of mistakes key by Beifeng. He gets his 8th kill. And that's going to be it for today's VOD. He takes down DoinB, but I mean, at the end of the day, the matchup There's a lot of smart things we learned from this game. He played it very slow, collected, made some key positional errors, I think, in decision making. But overall, he wasn't able to win the 1v1, so he didn't 1v1 at all. He played towards the side lanes, played very slow in team fights, and that's how we need to play when we don't get a good matchup like the Yone, like the Renekton mid, like anything like that just harasses you out. You need to learn, guys, that you're not going to win every single matchup on the Qiyana pick. But hopefully you enjoyed today's VOD, guys. I'm glad they met. And until next time, I catch you on the next VOD. See ya.